Hello everyone! Hope that everyone is doing well. Today I'm going to show you how to color all of these garden flowers using a simple technique. For today's tutorial, I'm going to be using the Sublime Watercolor brushes and the Petit grain canvas. Everything will be linked below. There's a sketch that you can download and use, so let's go ahead and insert that sketch. And after you insert it, we're going to go ahead and make a new layer on top of the sketch layer like this and start to color. I'm going to start coloring this rose here. It's a simplified rose. Let's start off with a peachy color, a very light peach. You can also download this color palette as well. I'm going to start off by using the hard edge round brush. And this is the reference here. When you color the petals, it's best to do it in one stroke. So here I'm just trying my best to not lift it up until I'm done coloring the entire petal. And then I'll just move on to the next petal here and try not to lift up that pencil until I'm done coloring the entire petal again. It's not the end of the world if you let it go and paint over it and create an overlap. It just means that you will need to blend it out using a blender brush, and it will take you longer to color all of the petals that way. So as you can see here, this is the overlap, so I'm just going to restart and color it in one go. Once you've colored all of the petals like this, one by one, now we can pick out a darker color. Maybe this one will be better. And let's use the hard edge round brush again. And we're going to make it really small and just paint in between these crevices. The lines that we are creating here in between these petals are going to create depth and also indicate that there are these separations between all of the petals. Because this is meant to be a watercolor painting with lots of flow and softness, we need to create subtle and soft separations. Now I'm just going to get my tiny blender brush here and soften these lines. As you can see, I'm only blending the top side of each stroke to maintain that line there. After blending all those lines, you're going to make a new layer and we're going to do another round. Let's select a darker color this time again and go back to the hard edge round brush. Rather than drawing a line everywhere like last time, this time we can go over some of these areas that are going to have more depth. And so when we zoom out, you'll be able to see that certain areas are more dense or clearly separated out from each other. So this is how we kind of add that depth and volume. And you'll see it when you kind of zoom out and add more color and stamps on top. Again, you'll want to blend all of these lines using the tiny blender. And again, I'm just blending the top side of each stroke. And to add even more depth, you can do a third round like this and add more strokes using a darker red. And of course, blending that out. And when you zoom out, you'll be able to see the effects of these lines. Now we can merge all of the layers together if you're happy with them and make a new layer on top and make that a clipping mask. And I'm now just going to use the Bloom #1 stamp to enhance this flower. Just pick out a orangey color and start using the stamps to add more depth and color to the petals. And you can just play around with this and keep on using the stamps until you're happy with the final image. If you're happy with the flower, we can move on to the stamp. So let's make a new layer and pick out a green. Just going to pick out a very light green. And let's go back to the hard edge round brush and start to color the stem and the leaves. After you've colored it, you can make a new layer and pick out a darker green and continue to use the hard edge round brush and start to add a bit more color around the areas that will have some shadows. And this area around the leaf here as well. And then you can use the tiny blender again. I always have a hard time finding this one. And blend out these smaller areas. And then you can merge those two layers together. And then make a new layer on top and make that a clipping mask. And now we're going to enhance the stem using this stamp. Pick out a darker green, a slightly darker green. I'm going to actually use bloom number 2 instead. And you can just use the stamps to enhance these leaves, just like how we've enhanced the flower petals. So feel free to use it wherever you like, play around with it. I gotta say that leaves are a bit more tricky. And once you're pleased with these two layers, you can merge them together. And let's make a new layer so that we can start to color the next flower. Just like how we've colored the previous rose, we're going to use the exact same method, but here I'm using a very light pink. Again, you'll want to color each petal in one stroke. Although it's not a requirement, it is easier to do it that way. Just like the last rose, we'll pick out a darker color and draw these lines where the pencil lines are. And after that, you'll have to blend it out again using the tiny blender. This is to accentuate that these petals are all separate and some petals are behind one another. So it's kind of indicating that we have a flower that's three-dimensional and have this depth and some shadows. So I'm pretty happy with that, so I'm going to merge the layers together and make a new layer on top and make that a clipping mask. And use the stamps again to enhance the petals. And to make it look like real watercolor where there's flow of different colors mixing together. We've already went over the stem portion, so I'm just going to skip over that part and move on to the next flower here. Let's make a new layer and pick out a light yellow. This is a mini rose, and we're using the hard edge round brush again and coloring the petals in the exact same way. And then you can pick out a darker yellow and draw in that line to indicate that there is this division there. And again, you can blend it out using the tiny blender. After that, you can make a new layer and make that a clipping mask layer. And I'm going to pick out a dark yellow and use the bloom number 1 stamp to add some stamps along these petals at the back. You can use the basic blender to tidy it up a bit like this. And if you're happy with it, you can merge the 2 layers together. And then I'm going to use the light rough edge brush. Let's grab a mustard yellow and then just go over the bottom portion of this rosebud. And you can blend it out, spread it out along the bottom area here. After that, you can add a new layer and make that a clipping mask layer. And I'm going to pick out a pink and just go over some of these areas lightly. And you'll be able to kind of add a pinkish hue to the entire rosebud. And then we're going to pick out a darker pink. And just along the top, you'll want to add a few strokes. And of course, this is on a new layer. And you can just blend it out. And if you're not able to see some of the paint blend out, then you'll want to check the layers below and make sure that all of the layers below are blended out smoothly. Let's color the petals at the back as well. After you blend, that's basically it for this rosebud. Now for this poppy here, we can make a new layer and pick out a mustard yellow and use the bloom number 1 stamp, and you can just stamp along this center circle here and fill that up. And then you can grab a slightly lighter color, a light yellow, and stamp once or twice in the very center. Let's see how that looks like. Looks pretty good. So that's it for the center. So let's make a new layer and bring that layer below that center layer. And we're going to pick out a light pink, the first pink from the color palette, and use the hard edge round brush again and color the petals using the exact same method. Again, you'll want to draw those lines in between the petals to indicate that there is this separation there, and blend that out using the tiny blender. Basically, it is rinse and repeat using the exact same method over and over again for all of these flowers as you color them. There are some differences when it comes to the different types of flowers and the different types of petals. And so from here, we're going to add a new layer and pick out this light rough edge brush and just color over some of these petals. The reason why we're coloring some of these petals and not every single petal is because when you look at a photo of a flower, some petals are going to be lighter due to the light hitting that surface. So we're just trying to mimic that realistic effect, I guess. So trying to mimic that realism. And so here we have only colored the 2. And then you can enhance all of these flowers using the stamps. And again, using the clipping mask layer on top. As you can see, you can add the stamps along the areas in the center or the areas near all of those pencil lines. So basically that's it for this tutorial. It was a long one and I am very tired now after making this tutorial, but I hope you all enjoyed it and thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.